promised, let's discuss Republicans and the prosperity preaching that they do. You know, the pull yourself up from your bootstrap mentality that they love to indoctrinize everybody with. If you haven't checked out the video where I discuss my viewpoints and various perspectives on the Democrats and the welfare generation, check that video out before watching this. Or watch this and then check that out. I would appreciate if you looked at both, but hey, you're here and I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's spark this up. Here's into the video. Prosperity pimping, the pushing the if you pull yourself up from your bootstrap mentality, which in my opinion gives people a false sense of hope. But then Psych perspectives. Sometimes you need hope to give you that extra push to just go out and make shit happen. Just go out and do it. To just give you that extra push to face your fears, you know? Republicans push this hope, right? This ideology that if you just pull yourself up from your God-picking darn bootstraps, you take control and manifest destiny. All of your deepest and most wildest dreams can become a reality. That's right, they can come to fruition. Vote Republican today! No, but really, that's kind of like what I get from them. They give you a lot of hope, right? They literally tell you this is the only country in the world where you can be born poor and die rich. You know, they have you thinking that, hey, you're just a millionaire that hasn't been touched yet. You just haven't tapped in hard enough. You haven't worked hard enough. But if you just work hard and you just keep moving forward, one day, just maybe one day, like I was saying before I had to make a phone call, all right? They just give you this hope, you know, that just maybe one day your time will come, right? And they basically, in my opinion, you know, my education background is in sociology, social sciences, philosophy, histories of that nature. So and gender studies, women in gender studies, all that shit, in that nature, right? So when I think about it, in my opinion, it's like the difference between being idealistic and being materialist. And that's like the difference between Democrats and Republicans in a nutshell. In my opinion, if I can simplify it, it's the difference between being idealistic and materialistic. It's not to say that Republicans are not materialistic. It is not to say that Democrats can't be idealistic. However, they tend to lean towards one or the other. There tends to be way more idealism with Republicans and way more materialism with Democrats, in my opinion. And let me get to the point. The reason why I say that is just sit down and think about it. Oftentimes when you listen to Republicans, you hear that idealistic ideology, you know, the ideals, the endless possibilities, all the ideas. If you think it, you can make it. That's what you hear, you know what I mean? Hope and faith, you know, is what you get from Republicans, which is probably why they're kind of seen as the evangelistical Christianity, religious political parties, because oftentimes we in Christianity at least, we will hear walk with faith, not sight, because sometimes you personally physically can't see it, but if you think hard enough, you can visualize it and you can possibly manifest it and use energy. You know how they say speak it into existence. So perhaps with the idealistic viewpoints of the Republican Party is if you talk about it enough and you think about it enough, it will happen. However, you got to work for it. So you got to do things with it. So you also hear a lot of times in Christianity, faith without works is dead. Going back to the Republicans kind of being like religious Christianity backing political party, it all makes sense to me in that sense if you look at it from that perspective, Psych perspectives, right? But they're lacking, the Republicans are lacking the materialistic piece to it. It's all about balance. Of course they're not going to have it all. And of course the Democrats aren't going to have it all. And that's probably why it's called the Democratic Republic. You know, instead of us being divided and conquered, perhaps the Democrats and Republicans need to work together and unite, uplift our Democratic Republic and help the people on Main Street like you and me, you know? Maybe that's what they should be doing, the thought. But it's all about balance. The Republicans don't have all the answers. The Democrats don't have all the answers. So back to the Republicans. The problem is they're missing the materialistic component, in my opinion. And what I mean by that is they'll tell you about how to do this and how to do that, and if you work hard and if you do this and you do that, but they don't give you the resources. They don't give you the tools to actually be able to work hard and pursue what you're pursuing. I honestly feel that's why some people disagree, or a lot of people disagree with the Republicans. Because it's like, you're telling me if I work hard, I'll get this, but a lot of people are working hard and they're not getting shit. And with all due respect, only so long you're going to keep moving forward before you actually end up soft, angry, and disgruntled. Perhaps is why we're getting like a lot of this marching and protesting and rallying and anarchy. But that's also not just with the Republicans, but with the Democrats. Like, people are fed up with this two-party political system. I am fed up with the two-party political system, and people are sick and tired of suffering and hearing the same shit year after year, term after term. It's like the campaign of propaganda of bullshit over and over from both parties. Just after a while, people get annoyed. They get disillusioned. And then you have the Republicans who and the Democrats do the same thing, but I'm going to talk about the Republicans first, because this is what this whole video is about, because you can see the Democrat one, but I'm going to talk about both of them. But the Republicans, what they like to do, because, now anyways, because we're going to bring up the past, but I also want to keep the focus on the present and what's happening now, because that's what we can talk about, that's what we can write about, that's what we can say, So now the Republicans are using this divide and conquer again, similar to the Democrats. Now you have the other who's keeping the jobs from you, the other who's keeping housing from you. That's why you can't have food stamps. That's why you don't have good paying jobs. It's the Mexicans, it's the blacks, it's the Asians, it's the women, it's the LGBTQ+, it's the gays, it's whoever they deem to be problematic to your faith and the hope that they've been selling you. Well, now they know that the shit can't happen just by you pulling up yourself from your bootstraps. They know you need tools and resources to do that shit. Sometimes faith works. You know what? But work doesn't. And sometimes having assistance and having tools and resources can help people make their dreams come true. Sometimes working together in cooperation is what's best. Another cliche saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I think a lot of us ganders are starting to see like, shit, neither one of you political parties are serving our best interests. You're telling us what we want to hear, and the next thing we know, it's, the wall, the war, some type of crisis, some type of epidemic, and then boom, you start passing legislation that ends up fucking everybody on Main Street all over again. Is anyone really shocked at this point? Because it just keeps happening. It's like a broken tape recorder. You keep playing the same shit. It's the same shit, different day, same shit, different year, same shit, different decade, same shit, different century, same shit, different millennium in this bitch. But at this point, it's like, look, what are you gonna do? Right? That's what a lot of people end up asking. And I'm asking you, leave your perspectives and opinions in the comment box below. It's like, what are people gonna do? What are they gonna do? And when are you gonna see the light? My question. When are you gonna see the light? When are you gonna see that you're being played? Okay, and then the Democrats come in and they do the same shit, right? So what they'll do is, well, it's the wealthy, it's the 1%, it's the corporations, it's the white folks, it's the white men. And if sexism and misogyny, don't get me wrong, some of what both are saying are true. It's not the whole truth, okay? The whole story. It's really important that we look at different perspectives and that we don't lock ourselves up in echo chambers. That we try to hear each other out, agree to a disagree, but fucking have some logic, reasoning, okay? Like, anyways. Now, again, like I did in the Democratic video, you end up delusioned, upset, things aren't going your way, you're looking for a scapegoat, somebody to blame all of the problems that you're facing on. You're looking for answers, you're looking for solutions. In the meantime, the two political parties and the two political party system that has us by, a stranglehold in the United States of America anyways, continues to divide and conquer us. And we keep doing the same shit decade after decade, election after election. Some issues get addressed. But like I said in the Democratic video, they do what they have to do to appease you enough. Just enough. Just enough. Just the tip of the iceberg. Because you don't see all of this shit. They're up here. And they're appeasing you with some crumbs here and there. They're decorated. They smell good. They look pretty. And sooner or later, again, when you wake up, you realize this is some bullshit. Then you start looking at these pieces of crumbs like, what the fuck is this? I deserve more. We deserve more. We're still dealing with the same shit. Like, ask yourself this, Republicans. I'm going to get to you Democrats soon. But ask yourself this, Republicans. Okay? Later. Ask yourself this. Voting Republicans for how many years? There's local, state, federal. You know, you're just conservative, so you lean towards voting for Republicans. You're independent, but you voted for a Republican. You're a liberal that's just upset about how the Democratic Party is going, so you voted for Republican. Whatever it may be, especially those of you who are staunch Republicans. Ask yourself this. You've been voting for the same party all these years, all these decades. Have things ever gotten better for you? Maybe your family, maybe your community, maybe other people that are similar to you. Have things gotten better? A little bit? Not a lot though, right? You've seen little bits. You've heard, you were told what you wanted to hear. You were pepped up, whether it was about keep the Mexicans out, build the wall, we're bringing back American jobs, men are being oppressed, whatever it may have been, they said enough of it to make you feel good and feel like there was hope. Stuff up from your bootstraps. Did things actually improve for you though? The grand scheme of things. Think about all the years you've been voting for these people. Have things really improved drastically? No. They've probably improved minutely, like little small, because again, they're going to give you crumbs. Democrats do the same thing. They give you crumbs. All right? They'll keep giving you crumbs. They'll keep doing this. They'll keep doing that. But at the end of the day, you're in the same predicament. Your children are in the same situations that you were suffering with. They're suffering. Grandchildren suffering from what you suffered from. Generation after generation, decade after decade. So again, to me, after a while, same thing with the Democrats, after a while, you have to sit down and be like, damn. Right. Logic, reasoning, psych perspectives. Think about all this shit. Next time, look at all the different perspectives. Look at the different ideologies. Study it, research it, examine it, question it. Time. Because this is what happened to me. Sooner or later, you're going to sit back and be like, damn, I have been voting for this party. I have been doing this. You know what? I'm in the same fucking situation. I was told, for me personally, I was told that President Barack Obama would solve the problems. And in his administration, and the Democrats will take care of this and take care of that. Yet, here I am, still seeing racism. Still seeing classism, still seeing people go without jobs, still seeing low wages, not having opportunity. This is USA, this is life in general though, you know? We all get fed this propaganda and we believe in this shit, really believe it and work for it. And some of us, like I said in the other video, at the very small percent at the top, get everything they ever dreamed of and wanted. And then some. While the vast majority of us are in this area. Bigger portion, but not as big as this, is down at the bottom not getting shit. L after L, loss after loss. While the vast majority of, we get some of the things we want, some of the things we don't want, some get more than others. But the point is, the results. What's the end game? Because the point is, and then also, when do we realize, damn, maybe we can govern ourselves? You would think if we're supposed to be so damn civilized, why do you need a government, per se, at least this type of structure anyways, per se, to tell you how to govern your life? If you're so damn intelligent, you're so logical, you're so advanced, you're so civilized, yet 200 plus years later, we still are using the same structure to govern? Are these, does anyone ever just sit back and think about that shit? Like, aren't you supposed to be progressing? evolution. Maybe this is what's happening. Maybe this is why we're seeing in the last 20 so years just turmoil between the two political parties, to the point that people are so disillusioned that damn near 50% of the eligible voters in the country do not participate in voting. It can be argued that the non-voters are the largest voting bloc, which leaves around 50% voting with the two-party political system and the occasional third-party political parties that are thrown in there, who never get any real support or real financial backing because of the two-party stranglehold that we have in this country. It's just because people are disillusioned. And and then we've gotten so polarized to the point, again, we're in echo chambers. As far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, you got the alt-left and you got the alt-right, and they're both problematic as fuck. From the Psych perspectives, both of them have valid points. It's just to the point where we're so polarized. Nobody's together. Even though, realistically, most of us are in the middle somewhere. We're not all the way left, we're not all the way right. We're not all the way liberal, we're not all the way conservative. Most of us are a mixture. But you can't have that in a two-party political system stranglehold. Okay? Both parties, Democrat, Republican, the two-party political system, they're going to play to your deepest fears. They're going to play to your weaknesses, and they're going to play to your strengths, because they want to appease you just enough to keep you distracted, to keep you angry at the other. That's just my personal opinions and some perspectives. The Republican Party, the Democratic Party, the two-party political system. I would encourage you to watch both videos. But if you don't, I'm just happy that you even are here watching it now, so thank you. But drop your perspectives and opinions in the comment box below.